What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Dueling Fates podcast. Today, we are finishing up Twilight,
Nope.
half of it, at least.
There you go.
Yeah. In Breaking Dawn Part 1. I'm like, Geek, doesn't it feel so good to be done with the series, like,
No,
2
because we're
weeks
not
in
done.
real time?
We could have done Star Wars in 2 weeks. We just would have had to record
I would have
a
shot
lot.
myself. You want to deal with me for that long?
Yeah. It's the same amount of time having to deal with you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I had to record all 11 movies or whatever with you. Whether we do that all in a day or a week, it doesn't make a difference.
But it's like, you want to do it all at one time, you might want to kill yourself.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then I get like 2 months of not having to talk to you. So like...
No, because I would have been like, okay, let's get ahead of schedule.
We are ahead of schedule by 12 weeks. We'll talk in a month.
But
Don't call me.
So this is part of the era I hate the word, like one of the eras of Hollywood I hate the most is when they took any YA novel and split it in two.
So when they initially did that, I was very confused. We'll talk about why I'm glad they did that in the next one. But this movie, I don't know, man.
A lot of nothing happens for the majority of it.
True.
For like half of it, nothing happens, and then now we're fucked.
Yeah, dude. What I don't even remember what happens here. Hold on.
They get married.
Is that how that opens?
Basically,
actually?
well, it starts with a nightmare of blood and during the wedding, but basically.
That doesn't start with the nightmare. They are getting ready. Jacob's pissed, knowing about the wedding, which surprises no one.
He goes all nomad and goes missing for a few days.
Yeah, somewhere in Canada.
He went to like the northern region of Canada, he said.
Yeah. Edward tries to convince Bella not to do any of this by, saying he decided to break off from Carlisle and hunt for humans.
Yeah, that worked.
Shocker. The
Brother,
vampired. Wow.
Yeah, but she is so into you, she's not gonna give a shit.
And then he admits like it was only ever murderers and horrible people. That just makes you sound like a hero, dog.
He's just Dexter, but vampire.
Yeah, sure. I've never seen Dexter. Nope.
Okay. Dexter's a serial killer who only kills killers.
And then Bella has a nightmare that the Volturi are at her wedding. Does she also have, like, Alice's power, but to a lesser degree? Because it seems like all of her dreams are always true.
Well, you ever have those? Oh, you don't see shit. Never mind.
No, I don't dream, dog. I don't.
Well, sometimes I'll lay in bed, I'll fall asleep, I'll wake up, I have a dream that of something like that happened to me that hasn't happened to me, but in like a few days, it'll happen.
The wedding happens, which is fun. It was an interesting wedding.
Such a weird fucking.
Bella looks so not into it, but she's like too far gone to. She really did get cold feet right at the end there. She did not look like she wanted to be there. I do love the "don't let me fall" thing. I do think it would have been hilarious as Charlie passed her off to Edward if she just like ate it. Edward let her fall, but Charlie didn't because Charlie the goat.
So she doesn't look into it. No one looks into it because I feel like none of the actors at this point in the series were ever into it. Like I feel like up until the clips, they're like having fun. But once they had the breaking down, they're like, we're done with this shit, bro.
I don't know, because they kind of seemed into it in the next one. The visual of Edward up at the altar in the dream, the stupid little face he makes is hilarious. I don't even know how to describe it. I can't copy it, but it's awful and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I don't know, Bella and Edward get married, and then Jacob shows up.
No, well, the fucking
Well, they meet a bunch of family, the Denali's.
Yeah, the people in
Where's Denali? You'll figure that out.
Alaska.
There you go. Yeah.
No, but the not the eulogies. That's for people who are dead. Um, speeches are
Oh,
all fucking awkward as shit.
didn't the
And
speeches happen after they talked to Jacob though?
no,
Oh, all right.
they haven't before Jacob.
Yeah, all of the speeches suck. I do love Emmett's because like he makes a joke that 90% of the guests won't get. I'm sure a lot of people thought it was a sex joke, which is really funny.
Yeah.
But like, you know, hope you got a lot of sleep because that's the last you're gonna get for a while. Like, yeah, her dad definitely thinks Emmett just made a sex joke, but in reality, it's a vampire joke.
It's both.
Well,
Cause
hello.
what else are you supposed to do in the middle of the night when you can't sleep since you don't sleep?
I don't know. I feel like if you literally never got tired, the insane amount of things you could do. There's a reason why Edward knows like 8 languages. Because like, what else are you
True.
gonna do? I would learn like every language. Because why not? You know, just learn everything. I
No,
also
Geek,
backing it up a little. What's up?
I know what you would do. You'd write 17,000 scripts of
Probably
17,000 words. They're 20 pages long,
right. Bro's making
and then
fun of me.
record 2 of them.
Bro's making fun of me for the script I'm writing for my YouTube channel. He's a bully.
Well, that episode's probably up by now. That video's up.
I don't know. That video. I don't know when that video will go up because it's not the first one I have planned when I
Let's go in February, so
start things. Oh, is it? Oh,
like late January. So
yeah. But I love Charlie remarking about the graduation caps.
Yeah.
Because he like staring at him and he's like,
and Bella's mom's like, "That's so neat."
oh, that's
Does
cute,
not think
and
of
just
it.
keeps moving. And Charlie's like, or really weird.
Well, they have
Thousands.
like 100 caps. Maybe question it for 2 seconds
No. Why?
because
It's just decoration. Should I question that you're Godzilla because of a poster? Like what?
yes,
What does that mean? Like what do you mean?
it's not a poster. Also, it's a flag.
Who fucking cares?
I care.
Care yourself. Also, Charlie calling. I almost said Renesmee. That's not it. Just Renee.
No, Renesmee's the baby.
Charlie calling her old was really funny.
Uh,
I don't know why. I feel like Charlie's the highlight of these movies, and you're trying to claim it's some other douchebag.
no, I'm saying of the next movie, that dude is, but Charlie definitely is a highlight of these movies.
But
Is Charlie even in the next movie?
yeah, for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, early on.
I love that Charlie threatens Edward with a gun.
Yeah.
Buddy, that ain't gonna work.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know. Oh yeah, and then when we meet the Denali's, we learn that Irina, one of them, was in love with Laurent, who was killed by the werewolves. And she didn't believe that Laurent tried to kill Bella, which is really, really funny.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Definitely did. The wolves were just doing their job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good wolves. Big fan of the wolves. Not really.
I would say like
I am, but I'm not.
weird.
You know.
I think it's more Jacob. I think you're not a fan of Jacob, and then
That's
the
fair.
wolves are kind of all right.
Well, I'm not a fan of Jacob for like 90% of the movies, and then I don't know. The next movie's weird. I'm not ready to talk about that.
Oh, I'm so ready to talk about that movie. Is fucking bullshit.
No, you're dumb. I don't want to hear from you anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah, then Bella tells Jacob that she plans to fuck Edward, and Jacob fucking crashes out.
I love that his immediate remark is, "It will kill you." I'm like,
which is
why not
accurate.
say-
That's the concern.
well, no, that's because there's a demon baby in her.
No, that's not his thought.
Oh,
No,
I know,
none of
but,
them
like,
think that's even possible still.
well, I know that. I'm just
Dumb
saying.
bitch.
Are you telling me that the vampire dick is so good it would kill
No,
her.
it's vampires are that strong, and in the heat of passion will just kill her, you fucking moron. It is
Take the risk.
so well laid out. And
If
then they
the dick
explain
is
it
that
again in the
good,
fucking
if
this
the
movie
dick is
and in the
that
next
good,
one.
if the dick is good, I don't see a problem with it.
All right, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but he has to crash out because he's a cuck.
I don't think that's true.
No.
No, if he was a cuck, he would ask to watch.
That is the definition of cuck, yes.
Right. So looks like you're wrong again, douchebag.
He's still being cucked.
And then, okay, I don't like how they just gloss over this point, but then they travel through Rio to get to the spot where they're going to their honeymoon.
Yeah.
They were gifted an island from Carlisle.
Yeah.
How fucking rich are these vampires, bro?
Do you see the house? Do you see their cars?
Okay, there's a difference between a $2 million house and a $300 million island.
You don't think that vampires are pros at tax evasion?
Oh, I don't know, man.
They have to change their names and change their identities like every 4 years.
I don't think they've ever changed their name or identity. They just move.
Which that's not how that works.
Well, it is.
You still don't have birth certificates or probably social security cards.
They don't need
they're
it.
older than that. Well, they're older than those existence.
That's true. They just go places and do things.
That's fair.
Nobody's going to question a doctor that looks like Carlisle.
What is that supposed to mean?
Exactly what you think. Yeah. They then finally Edward and Bella do the deed, and then Edward promises never to do the deed again because
He breaks the fucking bed.
Right, which kind of tells you
If the
what
dick
they were
is
worried
that
about.
good, I see no problem.
But then Edward decides they're never doing it again because he left small bruises on Bella. And I can't lie, all I was thinking about is, man, there are people who demand way more than light bruising.
I'm like, my guy, people are into cutting.
That's farther than I was taking it, but I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, that's blood and everything. I love how Bella, throughout the next little montage, is like desperately trying to get him to dick her down.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just cave. Like, clearly she doesn't mind it. Also, they play chess on a beach thing or a cliff thing, right?
Yeah.
So he wins, right?
Yeah.
He puts the piece in the wrong spot.
Oh, nice.
But
I
5
don't know
spots.
anything about chess.
Well,
So.
when you take a piece, you're supposed to place it in the same spot. He places it 5 spots away.
Nice.
It bugs the living shit out of me. There's no attention to detail in these movies, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I like the way this describes it. Edward gets very protective of Bella and treats her like a porcelain doll who will get damaged by his mere touch.
I mean, he's a porcelain doll eventually.
I mean, no, it's more.
He's porcelain.
No. Because if he was porcelain, that time he stopped the van from crushing Bella, he would have just turned to dust.
I didn't mean actually porcelain, but when they vampires die, they look like porcelain.
See, I never thought porcelain. I was just thinking of stone. But
I'm thinking of porcelain because I've seen porcelain break. So, and they don't make a stone sound. They make a glassy type sound, but they're stone enough.
And then Bella finds out she's pregnant. Which, how is that? I think she was cheating, if we're honest.
Geek, I'm gonna tell you this right now. How? That's a demon baby.
Well, we don't find that out until later.
Yeah, but it's still a demon baby.
If I was Edward, my initial thought would be yo, what the fuck? I don't understand why he's didn't even kind of let that idea cross his mind. She's somehow pregnant. There's no report of a vampire ever getting anyone pregnant. How do you not be like, hey, when that guy was over here cleaning the apartment, what the fuck? You know?
But you know, he knows that she is so obsessed with him.
Yeah, but like, this isn't possible, dude.
They don't know that.
Yes, they do.
They just thought it wasn't. Even the word impossible says I'm possible.
I'm going to shoot you.
Vampires are also impossible.
No.
Yeah, someone's heart cannot stop that long and still continue to live.
Okay.
I know Galaxy has her theories, but
Bro doesn't believe the theory.
no, you live in Wyoming.
What is... You also think that's impossible.
That's true. Maybe
So
Wyoming
see,
is
I'm
just
defying the impossible already.
I'm not defying it. I think you just are part of the impossible. It's where they fence you in. There's an electric fence around Wyoming. That's why it's so square shaped. That's why it's the perfect square.
The
U.S. government doesn't want to pay for all the ridges and shit.
Yeah, after we find out she's pregnant with a vampire demon baby.
Demon baby.
We cut back to Jacob trying to convince the entire tribe that they need to kill Edward because converting Bella is violating the treaty.
It is.
And then Sam overrules Jacob because Alpha. And then Jacob's like, well, his friends are like, hey man, if you wanted to make the rules, you should have like just stayed the Alpha. And Jacob does the, well, I thought giving it up was the best option at the time. Fucking idiot.
So they can't challenge for it at any time, can they?
I don't know, because I feel like he
challenge it.
No, but he does just like somehow have the strength to break off where nobody else does. So I don't know.
I think they do have the strength. It's more like, do they the will to?
Which would be the strength, which means no.
No, strength and will are two different things.
Not in this context.
Literally in every context.
Nope.
That's how words work.
Nope. Words don't work. They just kind of sit there.
Because trying to evade the English language.
No, I'm treating the English language like what it is. A ginormous turd.
Yeah, it is bad. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. You know. Buffalo. Yeah.
I forgot where we were even.
That's great.
What happens next?
He thinks that they're going to change Bella. Well, yeah. Jacob does.
Yeah.
But they come back. They're like, demon baby. Oh, we don't know that exists. Dude, nothing happens in this movie. She's pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant, and they like argue over whether they should keep the demon baby like the entire time. And she's convinced it's a boy.
And she continues to get worse and worse and worse, which is awesome effects.
Oh,
she
yeah.
looks like utter shit.
Yeah, dude. She does not look alive anymore in like a completely different way than the rest of the vampires not looking alive. Because I do want to go back to the wedding. You could tell the difference between the vampires and the people so easily. It wasn't just the paleness, because, I mean, they were all pale. I do still, by the way, hate, I keep forgetting his name. What's the jock friend's name?
Mike.
Yeah, dude, I fucking hate that guy.
You're still trying to hit on
every vampire ever with Anna Kendrick sitting right there.
Well, Geek.
Don't care.
Alice.
I don't.
Right there.
But that's not who he's hitting on.
No, it's not.
Never once. It's everybody else, and Anna Kendrick's right there, and like kind of obsessed with you. Right? You got a little drool, right?
Anna Kendrick is so snarky in this. Again, going back to our point in the first review, it's very Bella-like in the books.
Yeah, she would have been. Yeah.
It's the writing, not the actor.
No, but I still think she could have been a cool Bella.
Yeah.
But
there's an alternate universe, big guy.
I want to go to that universe. I want to see how that goes. Who ends up as Edward in that, though? Taylor Lautner. Oh. Wait, what?
Henry Cavill auditioned to be Edward.
Interesting.
There's an alternate universe
He
for
feels more
Robert
like an Emmett.
Pattinson.
I think him
He
as Emmett would have been
does.
kind of sick.
What did Henry Cavill look like in 2009? Because if you had that bad widow's peak, which I'm not judging hairstyle because me, but
Damn.
yeah, he's way too old to play a teenager.
In 2009?
Yeah, he looked like a beat reporter and
How
like
old was he, though?
that's a great question.
Was he a teenager? He just looked old? It's
No,
possible.
he's in his 40s now. He's 41 now. 1983, been 26.
He's 41 now?
Yeah, and he was born in 1983. He was 26 in 2009.
Yeah.
That's math.
He could have done it.
Well, Robert Pattinson's.
I mean,
he just turned
don't
42.
act like Emmett looks that
No,
that
but
young.
like Robert Pattinson, he can pass for 17.
Yeah. I still we'll talk about this next episode.
Robert Pattinson was 23.
Yeah. Then we get Jacob finding out Bella's back, and he rushes over and is disgusted by everything. They can't get an ultrasound or anything to figure out what is up with the baby. Then the baby starts like speaking to Edward, kind of.
My question is, how is he having conversation? How is the baby? Not he.
Well,
How's
it's just having thoughts. It's just
But
thinking.
like, Geek, you think in your language.
No one knows how thinking works, man.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you think.
No, you know how thinking works in your brain. No one, like, how do dogs think? We know they're thinking about things. What are they thinking? You think they're just barking in their head?
Yeah.
I don't. There's something else there that is how
I know they
think.
understand like the language you speak to them because that's how normal brains work. I understand some Spanish because
But like, I don't think that's how that works. So, the kid's thinking. That's it. And Edward's reading thoughts.
I guess.
Because Edward can read people's thoughts who don't speak a language he speaks. He still reads their thoughts. So, thoughts are their own separate entity.
I guess. But Jacob reports back to them about the baby.
And then they decide to kill them. And then suddenly Jacob changes his mind.
I feel like he already imprints like when she's in fetal.
Well, so like they explain it a little more in the next movie, but like maybe
well, they also want to kill Bella instead
of
killing Edward. They want to kill everyone, but
yeah, because she's still human. She requires our protection too, and then Jacob refuses to bow down to Sam's orders and leaves the tribe, and then Seth and Leah join along, which I think is really cool.
I'm so annoyed by them.
Seth
because
and Leah?
all they are, like, yeah, in this movie, they're just an anchor for Jacob.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no reason. I mean, there is a plot point where
I understand. Well, so I understand why Seth leaves. I understand why they all leave. Well, so Jacob leaves. I understand why Seth follows. He cares about the Cullens and Bella and doing what's right. And Leah only cares about Seth. So if he's gone, she's gone. I understand that. Also, she gets to not have to be around Sam anymore, which I would totally understand, in her shoes.
So can she not imprint? Because like she's like, I want to imprint so bad. I know it's like not like
you don't get a choice. So she can, but she hasn't.
But it's like she's acting like she can't imprint ever.
I mean, it probably feels that way.
Unless she already imprinted on Sam.
I don't think so. I don't think that's what happened there.
Did Leah
Then,
ever?
the wolves keep the vampires surrounded. We watch all of the vampires weaken slowly because they're not able to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the vampires who are unable to feed have to watch Bella drink a bunch of blood.
Yeah, because the baby's thirsty.
Yeah, I know, but that's so tough.
It's so that's terrifying to me. Like,
That's so sick, though.
also,
And it's so
the
sick.
the blood she drinks looks simultaneously like delicious and gross at the same time.
I just think it looks great. I don't know, man. I'm not
Man,
helping myself at all,
those
am I?
rumors are not going away anytime soon, are they?
No, they're not.
But like,
Christ.
it's like, I don't know. I think it's because it leaves like this red tint on her teeth, and it makes me like be like, ooh, no. But like, also, she is sucking those down. Like that's, and she's like, it tastes good. I'm like, that tastes probably like nickel.
Well, copper, but yeah.
Why would it taste like copper?
Because that's what blood is always.
How would
It's
you know,
like,
Geek?
oh. Yikes, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So Carlisle, Esme, and Emmett sneak out past the wolves as Jake does some trickery. Esme kept trying to give food to the wolves.
Yeah.
And Leah always being such a bitch about it was so lame.
Well, it's like,
She made you a sandwich, you cunt. The least you could do is take it and not
were those
snarl.
sandwiches? I thought those were like chicken.
No, they were sandwiches.
Also, why do they have human food in the house? They don't need it.
Bella, dude.
Yes, they stocked the house full of food just for Bella.
She's stuck there, dude. Yes, they did.
Yeah, but they haven't been able to leave.
Right, they haven't been able to leave, but they stocked it full of food because they had to keep Bella there.
But when did they stock it, Geek?
Okay, not everything needs to be shown on screen. We did not need to see the grocery trip.
But like, it doesn't make sense to me that they just keep groceries.
Yeah.
But if they're leaving the house to go get groceries for Bella,
What if they're not? What if they're just sending Seth? My question is, why did Jacob never just go like catch them a deer?
Because it's gonna be the fresh blood. The thing's dead. It doesn't.
I mean,
do
that's.
anything for them.
No, I said catch, not kill.
Yes, Geek. The giant ass wolf is gonna be like catch something,
Yes.
not kill it.
Yes.
I would love to see a fucking scene where they just bring in a live deer, like scrambling his legs, and just have like all these vampires just like dump it.
Yeah.
That
But
would
I
be
don't
a
know.
good
What if they
scene.
just like sent Seth to Walmart?
They were doing fucking.
Why couldn't they send Seth? The
DoorDash.
wolves can't hear Seth, and they're not gonna just attack Seth. They might not like him, but they're not gonna just randomly attack him off in the middle of the woods.
That's fair. But it would have been, like, I don't know.
And then we get this. Of course, it's while Emmett and Carlisle and Esme are gone, leaving no doctor and nobody who knows what's going on to
He's
help Bella.
his plot reasons.
And leaving the best protector gone as well. Because part of me does think Emmett might be able to take like the entire pack of wolves on his own.
Well, that's why they bring him.
Right. But like, I feel like he's the one I'd want next to Bella.
Well, I think the only reason Emmett wouldn't be able to is just because the numbers. But like,
yeah,
physically, he could definitely do it.
But the scene where she's like gets handed the cup to try to take a drink and drops it, and then immediately tries to quickly bend over and grab it, drives me nuts. You are the frailest human ever alive. What are you doing?
The sound of her back snapping.
Yeah.
Just it makes me wince every time. And I watch horror movies like
And then the way her
daily.
body like contorts is not normal.
Oh, no. Um, I
Yeah.
do love in this movie that Rosalie, like, it becomes her protector
Yeah.
after movies of like, I hate this bitch, I hate this
Well,
bitch,
so it
I
was,
hate
I
this
hate
bitch.
her for the first two, and then it slowly became the like, I like her, but I hate the decision she's making.
Yeah.
To now just like besties.
Uh, but
um,
like anytime like Jacob enters the room, she's like she has to like make Rosalie leave. It's
yeah.
like she will not leave her side. It's like what juice did you take? Because you are like on Edward in like the first movie type level of
I
like
love it
I
though.
will not leave you alone.
And then Rosalie still struggles with Bella's blood though, because she
Yeah.
starts trying to cut her open and then immediately has to leave.
Hmm.
Um, Edward and Jacob, I wouldn't say help her deliver the baby, but help her get rid of the baby.
The baby is now out of her. I think they're
Right,
just trying more to keep her alive.
right. Except they weren't. It drove me nuts watching Edward just stand there staring at the baby while Bella's obviously bleeding out. It's like,
Well,
dude,
there's just so
bite
much
her
blood though.
already. Just bite her already and don't let her die, because he waits until her heart stops beating to try to turn her.
Geek,
Yeah.
forgive me if I'm wrong. Does he eat the baby out of her?
I definitely well, his teeth work better than a knife, you see. But he definitely has blood all over his face.
He is munching.
I don't think he was munching, but like sharp teeth. Ooh ah ah.
But like the sounds like that are made, it sounds like he's like ripping through her.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But
It's a lot of blood though. That I can get why he might be like
um
taking a second.
and then
I
Bella's heart stops. Jacob denies Edward the promise he made earlier, where if Bella dies, he was going to kill Edward.
I just want
I
to say
love
I
that.
love that moment because he's like, I hate you for every bit of you and this thing that you have caused.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
have
let
to
you.
live with this.
I'm not
Part
gonna
of
give
me,
myself the satisfaction.
right? Part of me thinks Jacob would have like flown to Italy to stop him from like
Oh yeah,
showing off, so that even the Volturi couldn't kill him. Like, you are
bro would have
living with
been
this.
bro
So
would have been
petty
CM
about it.
Punk type hater.
Yeah.
People like fuck you. I hate you. Ain't doing this,
You
bitch.
don't get a dime, motherfucker.
Oh.
um. Yeah. Jacob then
Uh.
tries to kill the baby, but imprints, which is where it gets okay. They replay right as this happens because he looks at the baby and then the like flashback happens to him explaining what imprinting was. And I
Yeah.
mean, they do explain that it's actually not that weird. Like, it's just like this weird, well, it's weird, but like, why are you looking at me like this?
Because we see, okay, spoiler alert for the last movie, there is a flash forward scene from Alice where
Not
we
until the
see
end.
adult, yeah, I know, we see adult Renesmee and Jacob. It's creepy, Geek. I don't care.
That's fair. But like,
I know we
it
don't see in
does
this
no,
movie.
but it does specify that it's not like a they have to be together thing. Like, it does, they do specify
Every example we've seen
that.
is
No,
they're
we've seen
together
one
forever.
example, and they're not. We don't know if they're together forever. They've been together for like a year. Like, we don't have any examples. So like, I don't know, but it does explicitly say that it doesn't have to be that. It just is very weird to set up and whatever.
Yeah, it's an odd idea that you are presenting that is not done well to present to
Right.
anyone. I
Also,
do
the other weird thing is we see adult Renesmee. That's what, like 3 years after this movie airs, because she ages so fucking weird.
Yeah, that's the next movie.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about that. All right, we're gonna move on. But then Jacob goes and tells the wolves they like have to fuck off, and
Geek,
Edward's
you're
cool with it.
skipping
No, I'm not.
Geek, you're skipping something. The bad CGI baby.
Oh yeah.
Well, that baby lives my dreams.
They
It's
had to
haunting.
like I don't know what the deal was because
they could have used a baby.
but like were they? It was like they used. It's like they tried to make it so like using CGI that it like looked like Edward and Bella, but it was just so trippy.
I felt like they were trying to make it because I'm guessing they filmed part 1 and part 2 back to back. I'm guessing they just tried to make Mackenzie Foy, who's the actress who plays Renesmee, like into baby form.
No, that's fair.
And you can't really make that into baby form. But also Rosalie like is obsessed with this baby immediately. I'm like, just have like if Bella dies, have like Rosalie and Emmett take care of it together.
Damn.
That's just to me. Like if she's dead and Edward tries to kill himself, just there you go. There's a plan.
Yeah. But yeah, the little fight breaks out between the vampires and the wolves almost have him killed. They do.
Yeah.
It's close. But then Jacob shows up and says, "Nuh-uh." That's basically how that goes.
I feel like this is why they had like not why imprinting was made, but like also but like they used imprinting, like Stephenie Meyer used imprinting to get out of the situation of the wolves wanting to kill everyone. Like, fuck, I gotta get myself out of the situation.
As Edward says,
Jacob!
it is their most sacred law.
Yeah, I think it's just Stephenie Meyer trying to find a way out of this situation that she created for herself in the books.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, but she set up imprinting so early. It's like this was a plan from the beginning.
This is true. She could have been like, "Oh, I want him to imprint on Bella like right before the wedding,"
or somebody else later, and it becomes a thing.
Yeah, she had to edit it out.
Honestly, watching the movie and not reading the book, but watching the movie, I kept thinking that Leo was going to end up imprinting on Jacob. Like because I try to watch these movies like not like
with memory,
like not with the memory of the books. I try to go in because I understand that it's different and never going to be a 1-to-1 adaptation.
Yeah.
So like just watching the movie, that it feels like it's almost trying to set it up that way.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, which like is fine. But it feels like.
And like I said, like I think it's like Stephenie Meyer had to figure her way out of the situation she created herself. That probably was like her original plan. It was like, well, I have imprinting, and I was going to originally use imprinting for like Jacob to imprint on Leah and move on, or whatever.
But now I've decided to go this whole other route, which creates this whole issue.
Yeah.
And luckily, when I explained it in the first book, I did say it didn't have to be this, so I can like weasel my way out of it sounding so weird, but it's still pretty weird.
Yeah, it's like
but like you can see where like the explanation does show that it doesn't have to be weird. They just make it weird later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if you never have the flash forward scene, but like you get a movie, you know, down the line where they do end up together, it's like, oh, whatever. But like showing the flash forward while she's still a kid is weird.
Well, I think it's so funny because in this movie, in the next movie, obviously you're not going to be like, oh, make her like him romantically into this child. He's a guardian for her like the whole time. Make it like, don't even like try to make it like a romantic thing. Just make it into he's a protector. He's a father figure to her.
Which
he's got
is part of what imprinting like claims to be.
Yeah.
It does say he will be whatever she needs. Well, they will be whatever they need is how they describe it.
Yeah.
Because he says, you know, protector, brother, friend, whatever. So like, just really lean into that because that's what he was.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like that the kind of weird implication makes it really funny for the very beginning of the next movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love how much all of the vampires enjoyed that because I was enjoying that moment just as much.
I enjoyed it equally.
Yes.
But like, so Edward injects her with all the venom in the world.
That was so much venom.
Yeah, he's also biting the shit out of her the whole time. Um,
Try not to let her
and,
die. But
and I
she's
feel
already
like,
dead.
well, the movie is like she's dead, like, but they're like also say they also verbally say she's not dead. That's the morphine that is making things
Which is
slow.
possible, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like they're trying to make you feel like she's dead, but let's also like
Right.
you
Yeah.
verbally say the morphine's the reason why this is taking so long.
Well, see, Carlisle's not afraid, but Edward and Jacob are. And then obviously, Jacob just hearing her heart stop, even if it was just her turning into a vampire, that's still going to be enough for him to go outside and cry because he knows he just lost her either way.
Well, yeah, but they
Which leads
also
to the entire fight that proceeds.
what the final scene is like everyone's like in the living room and they all turn their heads because they can hear her heartbeat and they just hear it stop.
Right.
When she turns into a vampire. Her heart's still beating technically, apparently.
Yeah, so I don't know what. Yeah, that whole thing was a mess.
Yeah.
That's what I know. That it was just very messy.
It's Twilight.
Yeah. I do love the whole scene of like watching her, like,
Regrow.
yeah, pretty much.
I love the part of it when like her spine gets fused back together and she just pops back up.
Yeah.
It's like it reminded me of like someone like tying a corset.
Yeah. And then her hair like regaining its color and getting a little darker, but whatever. And then her cheeks like filling back out and stuff. I liked. And then somehow her getting makeup put on.
That's just vampire.
I guess.
It's so funny that they spend so much time and so much effort into like the CGI and like in the wolves and everything like that for this movie, and then we just look at the baby and you're like, at least we know where the budget went.
Right, it went to the wolves because the wolves still do look so sick.
They
like
do,
90% of the time, they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
The vampire movements are always a little weird, like when they're super fast. But I kind of love that because it's not supposed to look natural. That's like the whole point. The whole point of vampires is they're super unnatural and unnerving. So I understand.
How would you know?
Don't ask. Don't ask questions. You don't want these answers.
I'm gonna ask all the questions.
I know, you bitch.
You cunt.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And then I don't know, the final scene is Bella's eyes darting open, red. She got red eyes.
Yeah, she's newborn.
Yeah.
She's a vampire now.
She's a vampire now. It only took 4 fucking films to get here.
Well, yeah, Geek.
Let's live in a better universe where Edward just turns her on the first date and we just move on.
Well, tell him not to be a prude then.
True.
Honestly, I think she just wanted that vampire dick before she turned into a vampire herself.
All right.
Anyways, Geek, how did you like we haven't done this for the Twilight. We haven't talked about overall. How'd you like it? Where would you rank it?
Well, because we did. We both talked about how like the first one we love because it's goofy. The second one we kind of hate because it's stupid. The third one we both loved. Like we did. We just didn't like say it exactly like that. But like honestly, I genuinely think this one might be like my least favorite.
I put this right over New Moon.
It's close to me. I don't know. It's close.
I just feel like we're sitting around for a majority of it. I know we talked about a lot of the plot points, but a lot of those plot points are just sitting around and then they talk about it.
Yeah. Like it's not my favorite thing here. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I think all those Twilight movies are good. I don't think they're bad in every bit. Like they're bad in a way where it's like, oh, this is goofy, but most movies are goofy if you think about it too much. They are. No, I enjoyed it. But like I said, I think I'd have it just straight over New Moon.
Okay. Let's see. What do we know? Had a budget of $110 million.
It sounds like a lot of money, but I'm thinking 2024 amount or 2025 amount. Um,
It made more than that on its opening weekend.
I wonder why.
Me too. Who could have ever wanted to watch this movie? Everybody tells me
14-year-old
they hate them.
14-year-old emo girls.
I'm pretty
There's a
sure
lot of
I
them.
went and saw this one in theaters. I need
Yeah,
to
you're
go.
a 14-year-old emo girl.
I can't remember if my Breaking Dawn, because I have the collector's cup from the movie theater. I can't remember if it's for part 1 or part 2, though.
Probably should figure that out.
It's right over there. It's just like up on a shelf.
Like an elf?
Yeah. It's right next to the Black Panther Wakanda Forever cup. Yeah.
Solid.
And that's right next to the Multiverse of Madness cup, which is right next to Love and Thunder, which is right next to Captain Marvel.
I love how all of those are Marvel and then you just have Twilight.
Because like 90% of the movies I've gone to see in theaters are Marvel.
Yeah, you're weird. That's right. You don't go watch movies like I do.
Because there's not a theater anywhere near me.
Yeah, I go 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah, I have to like take a day. And so it has to be something I like genuinely care about, which
You go
is
see
not
6 movies in
most
one
movies.
day.
No, that's dumb.
That's what I do.
That's
That's
insane.
what I do.
Last time I saw multiple movies in a day was Barbie and Oppenheimer. That was pretty good. That was a good time.
Yeah, I've done like
I Barbenheimered it.
Nice. I saw Barbie one day by myself, cried. I did. Barbie is a very touching movie. And then I went a few days later with my ex and my mother to go see Oppenheimer. There's a few things in that movie
Bro
where I
took
was
his
very
girlfriend
comfortable.
to Oppenheimer, but not
She was hosting.
Barbie. Insane. And then this movie grossed $712 million.
Not across $1 billion?
No, I don't think any of them
Did
did.
any of them? Well, I know they're $1 billion franchise, obviously. If this one made 700 million, and there was 5 of them.
I mean, if one of them was going to, it was probably part 2.
Breaking.
Did it?
Dawn.
Nope. I don't think they did. Because part 2 didn't either.
Really?
Did OG Twilight?
No.
How do you know?
I just know.
How do you know? Oh
I
God,
know.
not even kinda. Yeah, I would say none of them did. Since part 2 didn't.
Imagine like New Moon did.
Did you know Robert Pattinson took boat driving lessons so he'd be able to drive the boat in the honeymoon scenes?
2-second scene.
Yeah. If funnier,
just...
despite taking lessons, he crashed the boat in both the lessons and while filming in Brazil. Bro was SpongeBob.
Robert Pattinson's just a weird character, like in general, because like he had a stalker at one point. Oh my god, holy shit! Sorry, I was looking at the IMDb rating of the Twilight movie.
According to okay, so the sex scene between Edward and Bella caused the film to receive an R rating. The scene had to be reshot and edited to receive a PG-13 rating. According to interviews, Robert Pattinson and director Bill Condon blamed Kristen Stewart's wild thrusting during filming.
Where's that cut? Fuck the Snyder cut.
I think that's true. Kristen got very into it.
Where's the Stewart cut? That we need that in the 4-hour Revenge of the Sith cut, which is 20 years this year. So
yeah, I do hope we get that this year.
The Stewart cut, yeah, me too.
No. Good God.
Quick tangent or quick story at least. This was the one Twilight film I was not allowed to see in theaters because my mom had read the book beforehand and she did not want me to see the sex scene.
Nice.
This is a pretty tame sex scene.
Yeah.
They break the fucking bed and yeah. That's about it. And then they made baby.
And then baby.
That's how babies are actually made. You break a bed first.
Yes.
You got way into that.
What?
I said you That's how you make a baby. You break a bed first. And you would, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
Yas.
Yas Queen.
Oh, hey, never mind. We finally found another Stephanie Meyer cameo. I didn't notice,
Wedding.
but she was one of the wedding guests.
Yeah. It's like Waldo.
Where's Stephanie Meyer?
Get her in every movie now. Just like, where's. Anything
Yeah.
else, Gabe?
I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's any goofiness, but like, I don't know. This one has the least amount of things for me to actually care about. I have rants to go on for the next one though.
I know you do, and it's gonna be mostly you yelling about shit I'm gonna complain about.
Probably because you're an idiot and no one likes you.
That's not true.
It's kind of true.
No. You live in Wyoming. No one cares about that state.
Well, that's just actually not true.
What happens in Wyoming besides methane gas pollution?
We might be the goat, but all right, let's move. Let's be done. Do the outro.
All right. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Dueling Fates podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, do whatever on whatever podcasting format you prefer. Next week we'll cover part 2, obviously, because we did part 1. If we didn't do part 2 after doing 4 of these, I feel like there'd be a really big concern, and rightfully so. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.